Chapter 15. Fight. Dean pushed me out of the way as Victor pushed him across the room. "You are making a big mistake," Victor shouted. "No. I made the mistake of joining your damn group in the first place," Dean said as he released his fangs and charged over to Victor and gave him 3 good hard punches to the body, dodging some of the counter moves that Victor made. Dean jumped to the wall and was literally running horizontally on it, not even falling. He looks like Neo from The Matrix. He growled at Victor. "Ha, I see you haven't forgotten what I've taught you," Victor said. "Well, I did learn from the best," Dean said sarcastically. He then catapulted himself off the wall towards Victor with such rage that Victor was slammed to the floor. Dean leaned over him and punched him repeatedly in the face. Victor wasn't affected. He grabbed Dean's head with both hands and kneed him in the face. Dean fell to the floor, spitting out blood and teeth. I tried to run to him, but the guards wouldn't let me near him. Instead, the guard whispered in my ear, "Are you ready to see your loved one die?" He laughed until I kneed him in the crotch. Before the guard could retaliate, I watched in vain as Victor tried to cut Dean open with his long, sharp fingernails. Dean dodged and jumped up, giving Victor a knee in the face and a reverse back turning kick that sent Victor to the floor. Victor wasn't fazed, though, and he was able to grab Dean by the throat and force him face first into the wall, just hitting him with body shots. He threw him hard to the ground with such force that the floor buckled. Dean tried to get up, but Victor just forced his knee into his chest. "Stop it, you're killing him," I yelled. "Stay down, Dean. You should know better than to fight with the high leader of the Nosferatu clan of vampires." He took a step aside from Dean's broken body and looked at his fellow comrades. I looked at Dean and he looked at me, as tears ran down my face. "See, everyone," Victor screamed. "This is what happens to you when you trifle with humans. You become weak and a disgrace to our kind." Dean tried to get up and fight back, but Victor grabbed a hold of Dean's hand and bent it at such an odd angle that I heard a loud crack, and Dean let out a loud and painful shriek. "I really don't see what you see in her, Dean. You would die for this human?" Victor said as he looked over to me and smiled. He started walking over to me. "No," Dean said weakly. He got up with a pissed-off look on his face. He grabbed Victor with his injured hand, turned him around, and then quickly punched him, piercing his chest cavity, and pulled out his black beating heart with his other hand. Victor fell to the floor. "How is this possible?" were his last words. "You liked that one, didn't you? Rest in hell, Victor." Victor aged his 800 years in about 3 seconds, as his body disintegrated in front of everyone. Dean flicked off the black snot-like blood from his hand and spit where Victor's remains laid. Chapter 16. One last time. Dean looked around him at the bewildered vampires who were just staring at him. They all backed away slowly into the darkness of the palace. Dean fell to his knees and onto his back. I ran over to him and pulled him up into my arms. Dean, please tell me you're okay," I pleaded. He looked up at me and smiled a weak smile. "I'm okay. A little sore, but okay." "Thank God," I said as I hugged and kissed him. I looked over his broken, bloodied body, and I demanded, "Why aren't you healing?" He looked up at me and said, "I can't heal. I'm too beat up. My body won't heal itself anymore." He then looked up at the sky. "It's almost dawn," he said. "Well, come on then. We have to get you out of here before the sun comes up," I pleaded. There was a long pause as Dean stared at the disappearing moon and then to me. "Dean?" It was silent. He didn't have to tell me what he was thinking, as my eyes filled with tears and I realized that he had given his life for me. No, Dean, please don't do this. I need you. I won't be able to live without you," I cried. "Alex, I will always be here with you, if you need me or want me," He lifted his hand slowly and pressed it to my heart. In there, I will never go away. I couldn't speak. No words would come out. All I could do was cry. I don't belong here, Alex. You know that. I should have died long ago. There will always be love between us, and just know that wherever I might go, I'll be missing you. I wiped the tears from my face and nodded. But I thought you were supposed to be the strong one, I mumbled, as we looked over the ocean, seeing the beginning of sunrise. We looked at each other knowingly. What looked like steam was coming off Dean's body. I held him tight in my arms. I rubbed his face, kissed his cheek, saying nothing but looking straight ahead. The sun shined over the waters, making it gleam and sparkle. I looked down at Dean, and he looked at me. I kissed him. I love you, Dean Bozak, I said one last time. And I love you, Alex MacDonald. He looked at the sun that came up and smiled and closed his eyes as his body slowly started to burn. He didn't make a single sound as the sunlight ravaged his body. I think he was being strong for my benefit, but I knew he was in horrible pain. Before long, he was reduced to nothing but ash, which slowly drifted away with the wind into the blue, cloudless morning sky. My name is Alexandra MacDonald, and that's my secret. Okay, so that's my story. Well, the chapters from the beginning, middle, and end. I hope you guys liked it. I really hope you guys liked it, because my teachers and some of my friends and some of my family members that have read it said it was awesome. But, I thought it would just be cool for me to post videos of me reading this and just seeing what you guys think about it. So, yeah, leave a comment and tell me what you think. See ya!